Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Monday, August 10th, 2015. Great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, hot, beautiful day today. Oh man, really beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The water is absolutely blue. It is unbelievable. Haven't seen it that blue in a long time. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL. FXCL, excellence in trading. Again, traders, the purpose of this is we're going to go over 6 currency pairs. We're going to talk about some data that came out over Friday. Of course, NFP was the big NFP data release, and we'll talk about that during our commentary section. And then we'll get into the charts. But before we do that, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that 99.999% of the time, this video is done while we are in the inactive zone of the Asia session. And today, we've had no news, and it's a very low news day. In fact, there's no high impact data today. Traders, I started trading in 2006, 2008. I retired from a wonderful career out of the Fire Rescue Department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, I retired, and 9 days later I was on Thai Airways heading for Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my 27-year career. Well, it's 8 years later, traders, and I'm still here. Absolutely loving living in Asia. It's a great place to retire and just trade Forex. And I do trade a different instrument in the New York session, but it's just a great, it's like a normal work day. It's really great. It is a long work day, as my work day starts at like 6:30 in the morning and ends at about 11 o'clock at night. But I do get a lot of breaks in between, 2 hours here, an hour there, or 2 hours here. So it's not that bad. Traders, I'm always looking for opportunities with probabilities on my side, so the trade will become positive for my side of the trade. And that takes work. That means I need to be listening to fundamentals. I need to be looking at charts. I need to be looking at candlestick patterns. I need to be looking at technicals. You know, all that comes into play. Always look at the higher time frames. All that stuff comes into play. And I just love doing what I do. That's enough about me. That's not too much about me. Let's get the risk disclaimer out of the way. We get started. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. That is so important. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the markets. A lot of red. The US 30 closed negative 0.27%. The S&P 500 was negative 0.29%. The Nasdaq was negative 0.43%. The small cap 2000 was negative 0.49%. And if you moved over to the Eurozone, we had the same thing. The DAX was negative 0.81%. The FTSE 100 out of London was negative 0.42%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was negative 0.72%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 was negative 0.84%. Traders, let's come on over to Asia and take a look at what's going on over here in Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading. So they're live in the markets as we speak. The Nikkei 225 is barely negative at 0.11%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 0.50%. The Shanghai is up 1.51%. The Hang Seng is negative 1.38%. And it looks like Singapore must be on a holiday today, as the Kospi is negative 0.80%. So that's what's going on with that. If we take a look at the calendar today, we have no high impact data today. I think one of the things we need to watch, though, is that if you look at your economic calendar, depending on your time zone, the Bank of Japan has a monthly report coming out, and I think we need to watch what they're going to do, because I'm expecting them to do like something. Don't know what, but I'm expecting them to do something. So we'll keep an eye on that. Other than that, there's not a lot going on in the economic calendar today. In the U.S. session, we have FOMC member Fisher speaks today, and I think we have another one later in the day, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. FOMC member Lockhart speaks. So this all leads into what? This leads into, well, we had NFP on Friday, didn't do what it was supposed to do, or what people wanted it to do. But I don't think the numbers. What did they expect? 237, and they got 226 or something like that. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. As long as they were above 200,000, I don't think it's going to change the Fed's attitude, whether they're going to raise interest rates in September or they're not. The way I see it, interest rates are going to get raised. I mean, what is 25 basis points? It's nothing. It is absolutely nothing. So there's no reason that interest rates should not be raised in September and December, in my humble opinion. Again, that's my opinion. The charts are pretty difficult today, and they always are on a Monday after NFP, and also price action is usually very slow on a Monday after NFP. So you have to keep that all in mind as you go through your trading today. So just be cautious on your trades and watch your trades. Normally I say, make sure your stops are let's see, properly placed in the most advantage for yourself. But basically today I'm telling you, you're going to have to give these trades room to breathe, because I hate to use the word tight stops, but you're going to have to put, tight stops is not going to work today. So you're going to have to give these stops some room to work if you're going to enter any trades today. All right, let's take a look at some 30-minute charts. That means each candlestick is 30 minutes in duration. Let's get started with the euro dollar. And this is the euro dollar. And now you're all saying to me, William, you are out of your mind being bearish on the euro dollar. Folks, just go look at the daily chart. This is bearish. The only reason why we are up here at this price level is because of NFP. That's it. That's the only reason. This is this was a data move here. That's all this was, and I want to sell this. And we're at the spot right now where we can sell it and take it down to the S1 pivot at 1.0882. You notice I put a little star next to the daily pivot. You can expect a bounce there, but we're at the spot to sell this, and just put your, well, I don't like to tell you where to put your stop, because I don't know what your money management is, or how many lots you're trading, or what your percentage of your account you're trading, but if you could, you would want to put your stop above the yellow line, which is a resistance line, and see what happens. Let this thing just do its thing. And expect to be in the trade like all day, because this is not moving quickly at all. And we are in Asia, but it's the inactive zone. All right, let's take a look at the pound. The pound has just been all over the place. However, I'm going to remain bearish in this scenario. It has broken the daily pivot, and when I took a snapshot of this slide, this candle hadn't closed yet, but it looks like to me that this candle is going to close below the daily pivot. But I'd probably wait another hour. Well, I'd probably wait till the London Open, and we'd want to enter this at 1.5474 and just take profit the S1 pivot at 1.5425. That's a nice 50 pip trade. There's not a lot left of the chart. You can take this straight down. Should be a nice, easy trade. What's the worst case scenario? This is going to go up to the 200 exponential moving average, which is resistance, and also the R1 pivot. So you have a couple of opportunities there that we can work with that. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. I never wanted to buy the Aussie dollar. I haven't wanted to buy the Aussie dollar in years. I am bearish in the Aussie dollar. I'm not bullish. Again, this is a data move. This is an NFP move, and I expect this to get back in line and get back bearish again. So, the way to trade this is let this break this pivot, the daily pivot, retest it, and let's take it down to our support line at 0.7312. Yes, we do have the 200 exponential moving average. Yes, you're going to get a bounce, but I think it will go through it, and by the time you get there, you're going to be break even anyhow, so who cares? Again, I don't like to talk about stops, but your stops got to be above that resistance yellow line, and you got to give this room to work. But I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar. Listen, this can go up 50, 70 pips it's going without me. I'm bearish in the Aussie dollar. Okay, all right, enough about that. Here's Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie has just been like wacky since like last Thursday, and I put a range trade in here. This is just going to be a range trade, and basically, I want this to come down to support, give a retest, and we'll just sell this to the downside, like to that S1 pivot, and that would be, what I would like to see happen. However, you never know with this pair, so if it goes to the top of the range at 48.31, we'll buy it. Let it retest, and we'll buy it. The problem is you don't have a lot of pips, and you're going to hit resistance, and you got a 200 exponential moving average there. So I look at this, this is a 43 pip range. If it came to back to the daily pivot point and it started going up, you can buy that, and you might be able to get 22 or 23 pips out of it, and then get out of the trade. So you have a lot of options with the pound. I mean the euro Aussie today. So just be careful with this one. This is gonna be a tricky trade today. This is not on my watch list, by the way, and this is one of my 8 pairs that I trade on a regular basis, but not today. I think I'm gonna let this one rest till 24 hours from now. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. I'm bearish on the euro yen. I don't want to buy the euro yen. Again, this was a data move, and that's fine. However, I want this to break down below this 200 exponential moving average at 135.99, and we'll take it down to the S1 pivot at 135.55. It's a nice 45 pip trade, and I think that would be just wonderful, and that's where we're at with that. And of course, the last currency pair, of course, is our New Zealand dollar. Little tricky one here. I don't want to buy the New Zealand dollar. You know that, right? This is a commodity pair, and it just reacted to the NFP data and all the numbers that came out. We had numbers out of Canada also. So, we need to get this thing back in line and do its thing. However, this can hang out here for a couple of days before it decides to make its move. It's at 66.08, so it's broken that 6,600 level, psychological level. Now it's, how long is it going to stay above that? And we just have to watch. But I'm bearish in this. I put a trend line in here. If it breaks the trend line, you can just take it down. Now I'll tell you that your stop's got to be at the top of that doji candle, that blue doji candle, all the way up top there. Yep, that's where it's got to be. And if you look at those 3 candlestick patterns, what is that candlestick pattern called? Yes, that is an evening star, folks. That's an evening star. So that's a reversal candlestick pattern, and we would want to take this to the downside. And it did go down to the downside, so the pattern worked. However, I don't like the big blue candle that we're looking at right now. So let's see if we can get this back down and below this trend line and below this pivot point, and then we can sell this. So I'm in no hurry for this one. This one might take us some time. Traders, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. And it's a cool website, and there's a lot of opportunities on the site, and I think you'll enjoy visiting the site and get a demo account. Check it out. Try it out for yourself. Traders, thanks again, and we'll catch you tomorrow before the London Open for the Market Opening Preview Series. Take care, traders. See you soon. Bye-bye.